My name's Eric Hutchings. I served in the Utah legislature, in the Utah House of Representatives for almost 20 years. And while I was there, criminal justice reform became a passion. When I first started in the legislature, it was all about lock 'em up, throw away the key. It really was. And 20 years ago in America, that was the environment. The answer to help people that are struggling is to get a hammer, a big hammer, and the bigger the hammer, the better. And it became very obvious over the time that I served there, the hammers weren't working. We kept getting bigger and bigger hammers, and crime rates didn't go down. And so several years ago in the state of Utah, we started gathering some really interesting data about how do things change. When we did juvenile criminal reform, something magical happened. Kids are still at that age where you can make a big difference, but they get lost really easy. Juvenile reform has made all the difference in the world. The reason was because we started looking at, why are you here? Not just the fact that you got arrested, but why? What's going on in your life? What's happening? And what we found was, if we wanted to have a real impact, if we really wanted to change the system, we had to do it in front of the system. Because by the time kids would get in front of a judge, it was almost too late. And so when I got introduced to Second Chance for Youth, I got super excited because this was an organization that could take it in front of the state's criminal justice system. And that's where the real impact has to be made.
As of right now, it costs about $127,000 per youth per year to incarcerate a youth and put them all the way through the system. That's an enormous amount of money.
We spend a fortune on locking kids up and dealing with kids after they've been locked up.
That's paying staff, that's paying for their education, feeding them, supplying them school books, everything they need. It's important because we can cut that cost down tremendously. And not only that, we can prevent them from going into the system in the first place.
We really don't have good answers right now, except to rely on really good programs. And Second Chance for Youth is doing that, helping us to get to the right kids, the ones that we know need help, but also now addressing that at a stage in their life when we know it's going to actually honestly make a difference. They're not going to have to talk to a judge. They're not going to get a criminal record. They still have a hope. They still have a future.
In my experience in working with Second Chance for Youth, I have firsthand experienced the dramatic changes in these kids. They leave our program with more confidence, a bigger voice, and overall better sense of self.
You hear about the school to prison pipeline all the time. Well, in the state of Utah, because of some reforms we've done and because of programs like Second Chance for Youth, we are crushing the school to prison pipeline. We're on the verge of making historic change that will truly, honestly change the history of the United States, because we're doing it for those kids at the right time with the right resources. And they're never going to get into the adult system like they otherwise would, because we've shown them that we care about them.